Tsukishiro Yanagi, a very powerful electric anomaly unit that has a little bit of everything, ranging from combos to iframes and even her own disorder. As usual, we'll be going through the basics, her best teams, and builds, but we'll also be looking through her combo strings, when she gets her iframes, and who should be ulting. For her traces, focus on skill and ultimate. Her skill and ultimate traces are pretty powerful, as they also increase the damage of her polarity disorder using her anomaly proficiency, so make sure to level those up. You also could level up her basics, as I find it pretty comfy, but her damage is mainly off of her disorder procs, so it's up to you. Now that that's out of the way, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and let me know what character you want to see next. Now, let's talk passives. After Yanagi uses her EX special, the damage multiplier of Disorder is increased by a percentage when any other teammate applies Disorder for 15 seconds. The damage multiplier ranges from 125% at level 1 and 250% at level 6. Moving on to her team passive, Yanagi will increase her electric anomaly buildup by 45% for 8 seconds whenever she hits an enemy with the basic attack. This team passive can be activated when a member in your squad is either an anomaly unit or a member that shares the same attribute. Yanagi has a 5-hit combo. The first 2 hits deal physical damage, while the last 3 deal electric damage. Yanagi has 2 stances, Jogen and Kagen, which can be switched by hitting your skill button. Jogen increases her electric damage by 10%, while Kagen increases pen ratio by 10%. After switching stances, the previous buff lasts for 8 seconds. Hitting the skill button on her 3rd, 4th, or 5th basic speeds up her stance change and restarts your combo string back to 3rd. On the 3rd, 4th, and 5th basic, activating your skill blocks any attacks during the stance change. Move it. When Yanagi has enough energy, holding down your EX special button does a thrust and dive attack that triggers her own special disorder. This disorder can only be procced if the enemy is already suffering from an anomaly. This special disorder is called Polarity Disorder, and it deals 15% of the original disorder damage plus an additional percentage of Yanagi's AP. I also wanted to take a quick look at her chain attacks and dodge counters. When you dodge counter with Yanagi, your next basic will become the 3rd basic in the combo. This also means if you're about to get hit, you can challenge the attack with your stance change and block the attack instead and continue your combo. The exact same goes for your chain attacks. While this is somewhat true, it doesn't seem to work exactly as planned. You still get the sped up switch and the audio and visual cue, but your combos reset back to the beginning. This could be a bug, so just continue your combos as normal.
Perfect timing.
For her teams, you can go 2 routes, Mono Electric or regular anomaly. For Mono Electric, I recommend Yanagi, Seth, and Rina. A more free-to-play friendly team comp is replacing Rina with Nicole. For Bang Boos, I recommend using Plug Boo, Electroboo, or Butler. Butler is not in any way good for DPS, but I personally find it very comfy to have the extra energy, especially with the next team, Yanagi, Caesar or Seth, and Bernice. Of course, as of her release, Bernice is the unit to use with Yanagi, but this team comes with a couple problems. If you don't cycle the ultimates and only use Yanagi ult, then your Bernice will eventually run out of energy. So I recommend either sharing your ultimates or use Butler to help with the energy problem. For Bang Boos, I could recommend Butler, Rocket Boo, or Plug Boo. Now, I didn't mention Jane because I don't have her. Normally, I recommend teams, not just based off of damage numbers, but also consistency and feel. Personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable recommending a team where I have no experience with the character at all. Plus, having 2 on-field units in the same team already sounds annoying, but maybe I'm in the wrong. I have noticed people recommending this team, and I'm curious as to what you guys think about it. Is it good? Clunky? Let me know in the comments below. For the build, you have 2 options. You can go for a Mono Electric with 4-piece Thunder Metal and an AP 2-piece, or a regular Anomaly build with 4-piece Chaos and an AP 2-piece. For 1 to 3, focus on AP, attack percent, and pen. Attack percent and pen are okay, but her damage shoots like a rocket if you have really good AP stats. For 4 to 6, I recommend Anomaly Proficiency, Electric Damage over attack percent, and finally, Anomaly Mastery. For W engines, her signature is her best in slot. Whenever the wearer hits an enemy that is suffering from a disorder with their special or EX special, their AP increases by 75 for 15 seconds. And whenever the wearer's AP is greater than or equal to 375, the wearer's disorder damage is increased by 25%. We've talked about the other W engines before, so I'm just gonna quickly list them in order. Fusion Compiler is second best. Next would be Electro Lip Gloss, then Weeping Gemini, then Roaring Ride, then Rainforest Gourmet. I also want to add something about Weeping Gemini. According to EOD Gamer in this video, Yanagi's polarity disorder does not contribute to the W engine's buff, so if you want to use this W engine, it has to be a multi-element team where you can inflict regular disorders. With her M1, Yanagi starts gaining stacks of clarity. These clarity stacks can do the following. It increases her AP by 80 when she has one or more stacks and gives her invulnerability whenever she takes damage. Taking damage consumes a stack of clarity. Her M2 allows Yanagi to do multiple thrust attacks with her EX special. Her polarity disorder damage multiplier is increased to 25% from 15%, and each additional thrust increases this multiplier by 2.5% up to 2 times. For her M4, Yanagi applies the exposed effect whenever she inflicts attribute anomaly damage. Attacks on enemies under the exposed effect will have 16% increased pen ratio. And finally, Yanagi's M6 is stacked with extra buffs. Her EX special attack damage increases by 15%, her M2 damage multiplier stacks are increased to 4 instead of 2, and the energy cost for the first 4 thrust attacks are halved. And with that, I believe we're done with the guide. Personally, I think Tsukishiro Yanagi is one of the most satisfying and best units so far. I highly recommend pulling for her, even if you don't have another anomaly unit. Did you pull for Yanagi, or are you waiting for Miyabi? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Such provocations don't go unanswered.